The Penguin, where we've got the music down cold. Is that good?
AAA derived out of what was called album-oriented rock, AOR, back from the 80s and 90s. It was basically a fast-growing format that offered adults a different outlet rather than the typical top 40 music, similar to the way alternative rock in the 90s was offering young kids a different to the older person rock music, if you will. So AOR mutated in what's called now AAA, meaning Adult Album Alternative. That is what the format the Penguin is.
That is the music of Amos Lee here on 106.7 The Penguin, the home of real music. Keep It Loose, Keep It Tight is the cut from his latest release, Last Days at the Lodge. It was Mikey Hauser in the middle with No Matter What, and Lake Street Dive, newcomers to the Penguin Igloo Airways.
What are we going to call it? The Penguin just seemed to fit. It was, obviously, it's a cold weather bird and it lived at the beach, and they thought it would be a very unique spin on things as it being a different kind of bird, which is exactly the way we wanted to image this station. I mean, we've broken artists that y'all have heard of, from Regina Spektor, if you've ever heard of her, to Brett Dennen, to a lot of these musicians. We were the first or second station in the country to play them, and then it takes 9 or 10 months, they're all over TV or whatever, which is, it's kind of cool.
With that being said, we have a very loyal fan base. We've had calls from people, several emails, saying how they were going to move out of the city limits, but they didn't pick up the Penguin, so they decided to buy a house within the city limits, or people that have moved from out of town that say, I was going to buy a house in Hampstead, but quite couldn't get your station as clearly as I wanted to, so we moved within the listening area, which is flattering, to say the least.
From there, it took flight. It's been on the air for 5 years, and we've never looked back since. We continue to gain new listeners each and every ratings period, which is every 6 months.